Just give me a little moment to blow my nose, and I'm not angry about that, that's for sure. Even blowing your nose is mixed with a certain amount of pleasure and also pain. Namaste.
Could you speak briefly about the relationship between the language and truth?
Between
language and truth.
Language and truth, And why must I speak about it briefly?
One word.
Language is not truth. Language is just an expression of the feeling that is within you. And how true are your feelings? So how could you correlate language and truth? How many times we hear people talking, and they're telling bloomin' lies. So is language truth? No. Truth is an area that flows from the heart, translating itself through language. Is that brief enough? You see, truth lies in one's heart, and language is just a medium through which you can express the truth of your heart. But most times, and practically all the time, when people use words from the level of the mind, and that is where the trouble begins. And that is where you find the machinations of the mind and the lies and contriving, scheming. If I tell my woman I love her, I'm using words. Okay. But am I speaking from the heart? That is important. And yet we use the medium of words to express that inner feeling, that heart. But do you know what happens in this world? I have a friend, well, he's passed away now. He was a reverend, and there's one of his poems, and in that poem, I remember it so well, because we used to sit and discuss literature and poetry and all those things. People use words and words and words, and nothing is said. Because they, in their inner selves, are dead. I'm adding on to his poem. So be alive there within you and use the medium of language to express that aliveness that is within you. So why use words, and nothing is said? We leave that to the politicians, not to spiritual people. I know that art too, by the way. I can talk to you for an hour. Huh? And I will say nothing. No. That's not the purpose. Every word expressed through language must be filled with power, with the force and the truth that is within you. Otherwise, is a waste of valuable energy. Why waste energy when you can conserve it and put it to far greater useful purposes? And that very conservation of energy forms your preservation. Do you need any more persuasion? Huh? Do you see? So language and truth has always to be combined. For every word one utters must have the element of truth in it. Otherwise, don't say it. Keep quiet. And silence itself can speak without words. Did you know that? I could convey to you so many thoughts in your minds, even without saying a word or using any language. Because inside here there is a divine song welling up all the time. मैं तुमको चाहूँ, मैं तुमको चाहूँ जी, मैं तेरे साथ प्यार करूँ, तू भी प्यार करो जी. The language of the heart, even without articulating it, it means the love is swelling up so much for you, my beloved, and you cannot help but respond to that love that wells up within me. Feel it, live it, and you'll find within yourself a divine joy without even using a single word. Just a look, just a glance, and just being there. How many of you are just there? Huh? If you're not there, you know where. Scatterbrains. Be there within yourself, and not a word is necessary. If I should tell my women, I love you, those would be just words. But I could just look at her and melt away in her, which will tell her more than what the words would say. That's language. Oh, there's so much to learn. Next question. Go.
Could you give us some new